In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. The earth was formless and empty, and darkness hovered over the surface of the deep. It was chaos. Then God began his good work. By his word, he separated light from darkness. Next, he separated the waters so that dry ground appeared. Finally, a starting place for his garden. He planted his garden in the east, in Eden, which means pleasure. It was his great pleasure to plant that garden. He then took great delight filling it with every imaginable plant and tree. When finished, he leant against his spade and declared that it was good, really good. And now we come to the beginning of my garden. When we arrived at our new house in December 2016, there was chaos everywhere. We invited John to come and clear the chaos so that a garden could be planted. He removed the fence, brought in his heavy machine, and began the demolition. Of course, Ken joined in too. Now, demolition is no easy matter, especially when the property is located on the side of a hill, which is full of rocks and boulders. John dug and dug and dug. He pulled back the steep embankment next to the garage. He found solid rock that could not be moved, so we had to work around that too. Next, he moved into the backyard and dug some more. Everything had to go. The veranda, the barbecue, and that rocky soil. More immovable boulders were discovered and jackhammered out. Finally, it was done, and the rebuilding could begin. Mudstone that had never seen the light of day since creation were dug up and delivered. John dragged them onto the property through another gap in the fence with his excavator. It was all very exciting. Over 120 mudstone were delivered, with some weighing up to 2 tons each. Carefully, John picked up each stone and placed it into position. It was a very precise operation, with John and Ken carefully laying each stone. And now it was my turn. John and Ken had dealt with the chaos and brought order to the land. I thought back to God's Garden of Eden and wanted that for my place too, my very own garden of delight, filled with absolute joy and pleasure. From chaos 4 years ago to sheer delight today. The backyard was transformed too. We kept the ramp leading down to the house, built a water feature, and planted a lemon tree. In my opinion, an essential ingredient to any garden. And look at it today, a peaceful respite on any given day. This area has become my triangle garden, filled with roses, perennials, and so much joy. Beneath this soil are rocky boulders that just couldn't be removed, so now I've just planted on top of them. I planted Daphne for its perfume, roses for their extravagance, bulbs for the spring, and a bird bath to attract the birds. Our original plan was to just landscape the backyard, but it had gone so well that we asked John to continue with the front yard also. He cleared the front embankment, got another delivery of these incredible mudstone, and created this formidable stone retaining wall of massive proportions. This too has been transformed over the last 4 years into my stunning garden of delight. I hope you enjoyed having a look at how my garden of delight was created. It was a lot of fun, and I look forward to having you join me in future episodes.